Hi, I'm Lauren Martin, VP of Operations and a partner here at TI Builders Texas. And today we're going to run through some square footage pricing for a project we have going in Georgetown, Texas. Make sure you stay to the end of the video to get that square footage pricing. Just to give you a little rundown on what's going on with the project is we've got an 1,852 square foot first generation wine bar and light restaurant going in an existing building in a very upscale part of town. What we had to do to get this project moving was we had to go through with design and start with their menu and figure out exactly what kind of kitchen equipment they were going to need to be able to meet their menu needs. From there, we designed the kitchen off of that and move forward working with health and the building department in Georgetown, and worked out a couple of things to where we didn't have to put in a huge sewer waste or major gas lines or anything like that, or a giant hood. The price per square foot on any project is going to vary greatly. There's no standard that you can run across the board for all projects. What you can do is you can figure similar projects and come up with close square footages depending on the amount of utilities that you have to put in, and also the finishes. Those are going to be two things that push that square foot number up quite a bit if you're not careful. Sometimes a good way to keep control of some of those costs that can get very exorbitant is to run with a design build GC like us, where we're involved with the design side of things to where we can help and mitigate any cost overages with value engineering. So depending on where you're at in the country right now, here in Texas, our developers are basically just releasing a cold dark shell, and most of the time there's utilities to the building and they're at the other end of the building from where our TIs tend to be and our build outs. So there's going to be a bump in the square foot costs just for the utilities that our clients are having to figure out, and we help them understand the fact that in a first generation space they don't have electrical brought to their space. Usually it's brought to the building and then we have to bring it into their space. HVAC is usually not provided on a first generation space. Plumbing is sometimes stubbed in, but not usually. So we're having to tie into sewer and water and bring in new electrical and chase out the fire sprinklers. All those different things affect your cost of square footage substantially. When it comes to square footage pricing, the design is a big factor. If you went, like for our perfect pair project here in Georgetown, with an open ceiling with drop downs above the kitchen and the bars and high-end finishes, which we have tile on the walls, we have stained concrete floors, a lot of stone countertops running through the place, a ton of select lighting, which is on multiple zones so they can affect the mood of the space depending on what kind of event they have going at that time. All those things are going to push up your square foot numbers on any project, not just this one, but you have to be cognizant of the finishes that you're putting in there and the price points for those finishes and install time, which are all going to affect that square foot price. Another way to keep the cost down on those utilities is when we work with our clients, we like to encourage them, if their design permits it, to keep bathrooms and break rooms as close to the sewer and the water tie-ins as we possibly can, along with electrical. Electrical's a big one too, because if you're running a lot of power into a space for different uses, then the further away it gets, the larger that wire gets and the more expensive it gets by the foot. With everything that we've discussed on this project, we landed at around $208 a square foot for this 1,800 plus square foot restaurant. So in closing, if you're looking to build a wine bar, a standard bar, or a restaurant, and you need design build excellence and expertise, please feel free to give us a call. We would love to help you build your next project.